taking a look at what's in the booth right now.
And I'm waiting for the go-ahead from home base.
Make sure that you guys are all seeing us. All right, just giving you guys a quick overview of everything that is in the booth right now. We're going to be giving you guys all request booth tour. So anything at this point that you want to see that we have not shown yet, you just let us know.
Still not hearing anything from Command Central.
We want to make sure that we're live before we get started.
Good now. All right.
Okay.
All right. Training wheels are off.
are
All
live.
request 4 p.m. protocol is a go. I feel like a android that is now being powered up. Hey guys, welcome to the final live from the booth tour of Sideshow Con. We are at Sideshow Con day 7, of course, but we still have stuff to show you, and there's still things happening tonight on our Let Your Geek Sideshow Facebook group. We might have some YouTube stuff going up. So, but right now, this is the final all request stream of the day. We have been hosting these all day if you've been joining us throughout. And again, we focused on a number of products, but as the last stream, we're just going to see again what the most popular requests are. We'll revisit things that we might have seen earlier today because we just want to make sure that before they tell us that there's no running in the convention hall and that the show closes in 5 minutes, we want to make sure
make your way to the exits.
that you get your chance to see what you wanted to see from our show. Don't forget to tune in to side.show/con for all of your, if you're looking for some wrap up after this, looking to make sure you saw everything from the show this week. What we're doing right now is a nice slow mosey so you guys can kind of see what is on display, what is available to ask to be seen, because again, if it's not here, it's a little too late to get it to the floor.
Yes.
So what we have on display here is what we have available to show you during this stream.
And we've got moderators standing by right now that are going to be taking all your requests and compiling them and passing them on to us so that we know what you guys want to see. So let's see what our first requests are. I think we can start by taking a look at the new Spider-Man that was added.
Alrighty, the new Hot Toy Spider-Man?
Yes.
Okay. While the moderators compile the requests from the chat and send them our way, we're going to show you, this was a Hot Toys Summer Showcase reveal from earlier in the week, and it did make its in-house debut yesterday at our 4 p.m. Hot Toys Summer Showcase stream. This is the Spider-Man Anti-Ock suit from Marvel's Spider-Man PlayStation 4. This is, I always want to say anti-ox, like antioxidant, but this is the anti-ock suit as seen in the final epic fight of the Marvel Spider-Man title, of course, against Dr. Octopus. They have taken exceptional, painstaking detail to recreate all of the patterns meticulously featured throughout the suit, especially in a way that you may or may not see during the gameplay because your character is always in motion and you're largely facing the backside of Spider-Man, of course. So you guys can see all of the intricate detail, a lot of the fabric costuming and different matte and mesh textures throughout the suit. There is even detail inside of the yellow aspects of the eyes and the spider symbol, kind of dots and patterning that you can see.
I can show that closer so you guys can see it.
He is posed on a dynamic figure stand that does support aerial poses. You guys can do lots of really cool acrobatic posing with the Spider-Man figures. Hot Toys has recreated the detail, of course, head to toe, including the treads of the shoes and the detail on the base. It features a decal reminiscent of the fight scene, the battleground from your fight with Dr. Octopus. It does have the anti-ock suit name on the front, and you guys are seeing on the base a number of added accessories for display that are Dr. Octopus's tentacles. Of course, you see the yellow prongs on the tentacles, and there's even one that is just kind of a swoop piece.
It's a swoop.
I don't think that's the official nomenclature for it, but you guys can see the way in which the tentacles are coiling throughout the base. This is a really unique and nice added display option that Hot Toys has provided with this figure that you will be able to use to enhance your posing and really recreate your favorite fight scenes. Spider-Man also is holding a web accessory here, Beyond that, I don't have all the details about what swap out hands and pieces he might include, but if you have seen the previous Marvel's Spider-Man releases from Hot Toys, including the classic suit, the Spider Armor Mark IV, Spider Punk, Advanced Suit, Negative Suit, Scarlet Spider, all of these are chock full of details and lots of really cool accessories, so you can recreate your ultimate favorite Spider-Man moments from throughout that game, because nothing is quite as cool as all of those moves that Spider-Man actually gets to pull off in the game.
We're going to head over to Mando and Child, and as well as the Child life size.
All right. And I do want to, one last note about Spidey. He is not yet available for pre-order, but you can RSVP, and our mods will drop the link to that. Nice. RSVP is a way in which you can be notified when pieces go up for pre-order.
Nice.
This is the Mandalorian and Child Deluxe 6-scale figure set by Hot Toys. This is a part of their Star Wars offerings. You guys can see the Deluxe feature includes the secondary configuration of the Child, which is comes with the hovering pram accessory that attaches to the side of the Mando's base and blends nicely with the kind of desert outcropping. And then there are 2 figures of the Child included with the Deluxe version. What you are seeing is the sitting configuration. It has a magnetic feature to attach it to the front of the hover pram. You guys can see all of the detail recreated from the show. The Child is fully sculpted, as you are seeing all that loving detail. I do love the curiosity of the expression in this piece. There are fabric elements inside of the hover pram as well, as you can see, to recreate that bassinet that we first encounter the asset in. The Mandalorian himself is detailed in his Beskar armor. You guys can see that he has his detailed armor with the helmet, the chest plate, his shoulder pauldrons, including the one that has been forged with his Mudhorn signet from the show. He does have a fabric undersuit underneath the sculpted armor elements, and then he is equipped with a number of belts and pouches that are kitted with his Mandalorian equipment. He does have the Whistling Birds gauntlet on his wrist as well. And you guys can see he does have a few battle-damaged pieces of armor, and then that kind of sandy environment base with the nameplate and the character logo. He does also have a dynamic figure stand attached to the back of him currently, so you guys can get those airborne poses or slightly more action-packed if you need a little extra support from a dynamic figure stand. That is available for pre-order on our website right now. Our moderators will drop the link, both the Deluxe and the Standard Edition, which does include one version of the Child that has, he's in a standing configuration. You guys can see that on our website.
Okay, so I just want to let you know we're going to look at the Child, we're going to look at the Rancor,
and then the Hot Toys Batman Beyond from
Yes.
Arkham Knight.
Okay, and the Captain Rex. Okay, we're getting some
All right,
lots of requests.
Lots of Star Wars coming through, so we'll keep it all on the Star Wars podium, and then we'll hop over. So right now you guys are looking at the Child. This is the Child life-size figure by Sideshow. We are currently looking at the prototype. It is in an environment display custom configured for Sideshow Con, so you guys can get a sense of the scope and scale. And we also do have a very fun feature. If you go to side.show/conphoto, no S, you can take a virtual souvenir photo of yourself superimposed in the background with the Child, and you can share that on social media. We'd love to see it if you've got that. And this piece is, I mean, this is the Child that broke the internet this year. He is available for pre-order currently at $375 USD. He does stand life-size to the Child, which is about 16.5 inches tall. Mixed media costume featuring a large kind of khaki tan overcoat. You guys can see the fabric details in the stitching, as well as the kind of pilled texture around the sleeves and the collar. The Child is, of course, holding the shift knob from the Razor Crest as well. This is non-removable from his hand. It is affixed there. But there is a lot of detail you guys can see in the very lifelike recreation of the face. This was produced in partnership with Legacy Effects, the effects house responsible for designing the original puppet for the show. You guys can even see the synthetic hair on the Child's head. And I just love the way that the eyes catch the light in here.
I think one last life-size comparison.
One last life-size comparison. All right.
This is your last one. There. Oh.
So cute. I'm not allowed to touch.
No touching the Child.
Being very respectful. But this is the size and scale of the Child next to a real human being. Or the real human being thing is debatable. But That is the child. You guys can pre-order. If you have questions about the stand, the features of this figure, shipping information, and more, there is a help desk article about this piece specifically. It is not posable. It is a static statue, but you guys do get all of that meticulously recreated lifelike detail of the child. But for all of those further questions, please do refer to the help desk article. Hopefully the mods will drop that in the chat so you can see all the frequently asked questions about the child.
Bye.
Goodbye. Man, he's been here all week, no complaining.
What a trooper.
Always on display. We did get an ask about Captain Rex and the Rancor, so let's do the Rancor and then Rex.
Yes, that sounds good.
All right. This is the Rancor Deluxe statue by Sideshow, of course.
We're going to need a size comparison since we just did one. Yeah.
This is a big boy. That's the official scientific term for it. The Rancor stands 29 inches tall and about the same wide, thanks to the immense kind of stance that it is in, especially those gigantic clawed hands you guys can see. This is a fiberglass and resin statue. You guys can see full gallery turnarounds on our website as well, but we do have it right here for you, so we will show as much of it as we can. I love how almost the Rancor is really hard to fit all in the frame at once together. Meticulous recreation of Jabba the Hutt's pit beast, of course. We did an interview on our blog with sculptors Amilcar Fong and Matt Black, so you guys can see what creating this character, or recreating this character rather, meant to them both as artists and Star Wars fans. The creature is incredibly detailed, very faithful to its on-screen appearance, but of course there are perspectives from the film that we don't get to see in the original puppet, and so the artists give a new perspective visible to some of the textures on the creature, including the sinew, the scars, all of the bumps and horns and kind of layers of fat and muscle tissue that this incredible creature has. You guys can also see it has a piercing on what I assume is its ear. I'm not an expert in Rancor anatomy. You guys can see some of those scars as we go down. It has a chain clamp on its other wrist, signaling its servitude in Jabba's palace. Kind of a sandy environment base. I think the base is really nice and neutral, doesn't detract from the immense sculpture above, but of course, for those of you who do like to observe the base, please keep an eye out for the unfortunate Gamorrean guard skull. I do also really like the detail that on the backside, I know we don't really feature that much, but the backside of the skull has a little bit caved in.
Oh, yeah. He met his untimely death.
Yes, unfortunately so. But you guys can see the immense detail, kind of the animalian aspect of the Rancor that just make this piece a true, deluxe statue, an incredible addition to any Star Wars fans collection.
All right.
Next up, Captain Rex,
Captain
who's on
Rex.
the front side of this podium.
There we go.
This is the Captain Rex 6-scale figure by Hot Toys. This is a part of their new Clone Wars line of collectibles, as we saw some additional Clone Wars characters made their appearances this week. And this really unique feature that Hot Toys is doing with these Clone Wars pieces is including realistic head sculpts based on the animated appearances of these characters. Currently, you are seeing Captain Rex's helmeted portrait, but if you go to our website and to the preview page, or the pre-order page, you can see his portrait, which is faithfully sculpted in the likeness of what the clones look like in animation, but would look like as a realistic part of the Star Wars universe.
I just noticed on the top as well.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we kind of started. It's like one of those, once you start, you can't stop. Noticing
things.
All of the hatch marks and tally marks all over Captain Rex's armor. Really incredible detail. I think it's on his gauntlets. It's on both sides of his helmet.
Yeah.
There's also appropriate battle damage. And I really like this this kind of welded effect across
from repairs.
From the repairs. You can see where the metal may have been kind of burnished.
Same around his visor.
Yes. Lots of incredible detail on this piece. He does have a fabric undersuit as well. You guys can see it's mostly the subtle black undersuit over the with the sculpted armor pieces over. He does have a jetpack as well, and you guys are seeing him on the dynamic figure stand for aerial poses. Neither of his feet are on the base in this piece, and so I really love those dynamic figure stands. I could write a love letter to them about how interesting they make posing with the fact that you can fully support a figure with neither of its feet on a solid surface. He does come with a number of swap out hands and accessories as well that you guys can see in more detail on our website. While we were here, we did get asked about Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Sure.
This made his debut as a part of the Hot Toys Summer Showcase this week. This is the Obi-Wan Kenobi 6 scale figure. This is a prototype pending approval. Also from the Clone Wars collection, you guys can see that he has his costume based on the animated appearances, but his portrait is a realistic version of Obi-Wan Kenobi based on appearances that we have seen in the Star Wars galaxy before.
Let me get in there for you guys.
He has sculpted armor elements that you guys can see are emblazoned with the symbols from the Clone Wars as well. Very nice detailed hair sculpt, thank you. And he does have the fabric black undersuit as well as his overrobes and tabards. He will have a LED light up feature in the lightsaber arm, but that is not on display currently. And you guys can see that he does have those sculpted armor elements on his legs as well.
Let me get around here and see if I can. Okay, I'm going to need your help to
Okay.
get that to focus.
Very carefully. Let me know.
There we go. Wait, almost got it. Oh. Threading the needle here. There we go.
Yeah?
Yep.
So what you guys are seeing is a hologram accessory that Obi-Wan Kenobi includes. He does have the kind of tracer in his hand, and there are going to be a number of swap out little figures of the hologram projection. You guys can see an example of this with the Anakin Skywalker that is currently available for pre-order on our website. If I'm not mistaken, Obi-Wan is not yet available for pre-order, but you can RSVP for him. But the Anakin figure does come with a number of those characters. You can see, and Anakin comes with Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan here is holding the Anakin hologram.
Nice.
Don't know if they will come with the same one, so I won't speculate, but you can see an example of more of those features included on the Anakin product page. Alrighty.
Okay.
Getting asked for
Batman.
the Batman Beyond from Hot Toys.
All right.
This is the Batman Beyond 6 scale figure from the Arkham Knight video game, specifically a part of Hot Toys' video game Masterpiece series. So you guys are seeing the tactically reimagined Batsuit, originally, of course, based on the Terry McGinnis Batman Beyond, but as it is worn by Bruce Wayne in the Batman Beyond video game. You guys can see the highly detailed tactical armor upgrade to this character. There's different kind of gunmetal gray metallic parts to his portrait and his shoulders, and then there are darker black elements of the costume as well. Hot Toys has meticulously recreated this based on the video game likeness, of course, and he does have a number of swap out hands and features as well. You guys are seeing him on a dynamic figure stand, and he does have a set of removable wings that are his cape.
Just realized I haven't shown you the back. But we're getting a request for all 3 original statues. Okay, we'll go over there after this.
Yeah, so you guys can see there's kind of veining in the cape as well. This is removable, but we do have it on display, so you guys can see that kind of really cool flight pose. You guys can see, again, the details that they put in this piece all the way down to the treads of the shoes. And then he does have an accompanying figure base with the Batman Beyond red bat symbol, and then the nameplate that identifies what property he is from, Batman Arkham Knight, and then the Batman Beyond name as well. This is available on our website. I'm not quite sure if he's pre-order or in stock, but you can check that out. Our mods will drop the link. I want to say that he's in stock, but you guys can quote me on that. You've got more real-time evidence on our website than I do currently. But that is the Batman Beyond 6 scale figure. Harley Quinn is also from the Arkham Knight series, but we did get requested to go see the original ladies, so we can come back here later if we get those requests. But until then, we're going to go check out the trio.
Okay, let me get a good shot of all 3
All
of
right,
them.
once you're situated, I will.
Sorry.
Sorry. Doing a little tango here. All right. This is the Sideshow Originals collection that was teased originally during the 12 days of Sideshow. We showed you just their names and their silhouettes, but here they are in their full glory. We have updated the preview pages, so you guys can see those at side.show/new if you want to RSVP for those pieces. But in the meantime, we created some original characters inspired by kind of typical roles of genres, kind of the emblematic heroines that you would see in horror, fantasy, and science fiction. And we've taken those themes and created a character whose story is kind of ambiguous and mysterious. You can kind of impress your own details onto that. But there is a lot of storytelling going on in each of these pieces from head to toe. Where do we want to start?
Let's start in the back this time.
All right, let's start with the Dark Sorceress. This is the Dark Sorceress, Guardian of the Void statue. Each of the characters has a bit of a subtitle that informs you a little bit more of their story. She was sculpted by Mark Newman, who you might recognize from some of his Court of the Dead sculpts. But she, of course, is not associated with Court of the Dead. She is, though, a horror figure, and you guys can see she is a very enchanting, a bit beguiling, and a bit frightening character, especially she has that those whited out eyes and her haunting visage as she communes with the darkness. Somewhere between light and darkness exists nothingness, or rather it is such that human understanding cannot comprehend it, and that is what we call the void. And she alone wields the power to influence the void, draw from its dark magic, but we don't know the horrors untold that exist therein. You guys can see her arcane staff, which is glowing with energy. In fact, it is emitting the same kind of void tendrils that are lifting her up from her ceremonial ritual base. You guys can see that she is marked by her commune with the darkness. Not only is she taking on the purple and magenta tones of its magic, but she is marked with glowing runes. The paint job on those is incredible. It really makes them pop against her skin. And you guys can see more of that void energy throughout the base. It's I like how macabre it is in the fact that there are faces in there if you look carefully. Faces and teeth, and they look like they're not having a great time. Looks a little sinister here, but she is the guardian of the void. So is she guarding the void from us? Is she guarding us from the void? We don't know. Her purpose is unfathomable to us. You guys can see that kind of faux stonework circle ritual base as well, kind of with the similar light colored runes that are reflecting on her very pale complexion. This is a really fun piece, really imaginative. She will come with an exclusive, I say she will come with. There will be an exclusive edition that includes an additional swap out hand, which will be her left raised hand, where she is summoning a gloom goblin demon type creature from the void, which you need to take into account. That will make the statue taller. I don't have the exact dimensions, but if you are going for the exclusive edition for this piece, you'll want to make sure that you have enough height allotment for her on your shelf or wherever you place her, because she will have an added little bit of height with her swap out demon summon. Next up, we've got the Dragon Slayer, Warrior Forged in Flame. This is our fantasy figure from the age of swords and sorcery and ancient magic. You guys can see that she is a fierce and battle-hardened warrior, and specifically the Forged in Flame title indicates both the devastating battles against dragons that have strengthened her resolve, but also literally in that she has taken elements of the dragons, including their scales and their horns, and forged her own armor, which one would assume is quite protective against the attacks of dragons, and so she is better battle reinforced to fight and slay these insane beasts. You guys can see all the detail in that. The black and gold is kind of the dragon horn part of her armor. You guys can see she does have scaled leggings, as well as she had a scaled top. And at the base, she is standing on top of her most recently defeated foe, a corrupted dragon, and you can see that blight and corruption peeling away from its maw as it lays here dead.
Do you want to show the other side that we showed before?
Yes, I do.
You need to throw a little light down here, but you guys can see what's happening on this side.
Yeah, let me... Oops, sorry.
Here. Oh.
Careful there.
There we go.
So you guys can see that the scales have been peeled away and flayed from the dragon's skull, so you can see both the corruption and the skull of this dragon, and it is freshly skinned, and she is able to use those scales for her cape, which is then fireproof and better resistant to fighting dragons. And so you guys can see the storytelling there. All of this is a completely sculpted piece. So I can promise you that no dragons were actually harmed in the making of this statue. But you do see also her great sword and her serrated hunting knife are both freshly bloodied. Really cool, really fantastical figure. She will have an exclusive swap out helmet that is the dragon horn helm, and it gives her an even fiercer looking portrait, if that were even possible, even fiercer, as it hides her hair and there are horns and continues that black and gold aspect throughout her portrait.
Okay.
Finally, up top, we've got the Bounty Hunter, Galactic Gun for Hire, as bounty hunters in science fiction have become inextricably linked. As of late, we wanted to do our own take on the outlaw hunting gunslinger of science fiction. So this is our Bounty Hunter. She is very brightly colored to kind of reflect the colorful and diverse nature of outer space, of nebulas, and the kind of different flora and fauna you would encounter in an alien landscape. She does have a highly detailed life support suit. You guys can see both the kind of jetpack backpack that is on the figure, as well as the elements running throughout on her arms, and then her kind of jump jet style boots, which I think are really cool.
Really cool, yeah.
I love that kind of, that bit where the calf muscle is. You can definitely tell that these are highly advanced technological items that give her the best advantage while bounty hunting in a variety of extraterrestrial landscapes. You can see that she is stepping out of her own flight pod that she has crash landed into an unfortunate alien creature that is somewhat still alive by the looks of it on the base. She's either unaware or unconcerned, but you can see, whoops.
All right, sorry. Camera did not like all that.
You guys can see the tendrils reaching for her on the base, and that is quite a gnarly looking little creature. So I do like that idea of maybe this was her bounty target, maybe it wasn't. It just happens to be collateral damage. That is up for you to decide. Really like this bright and colorful character, and she will have an exclusive swap out that is her open hand, and it will be a hard light knife.
Hold on. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Gimbal is oops, one more time.
Gimbal's fallen asleep on us.
There we go.
There we go.
All right.
Sorry about that. That was a little.
I was doing an extreme angle to get around to you guys, and the gimbal didn't like it.
A little bit of outer space tumbling travel for you guys. Sorry about that. All right. So, what should we do?
We got a request
next?
for Guru del Toro. We
Okay.
got a request to do just a basic pass around the Iron Studios.
Okay.
Take a look at the Christopher Reeve. So let's do a quick. We'll go over here. Take a look.
Take a look at the Supermen we have here. Particularly the Christopher Reeve. This is the Superman the movie premium format figure. This is a prototype pending approval, and we do have him paired alongside Superman Call to Action, but Superman Call to Action is comic book based. This is inspired, of course, by Superman the movie. He has a fully tailored costume with a full fabric cape that has wire in it for posing. He does have sculpted boots, though, so technically the costume is a little bit mixed media. And this is a very nicely elegant piece for Superman. He does have his heroic posture. You guys can see that he is standing on a simple black circular base with the silver Superman the movie S logo on it, because it is slightly differently shaped. And I do like the slight different dimensions for each Superman logo. But of course, the classic style, the kiss curl, the red, yellow, and blue elements that stand out and pop very nicely. So again, prototype, this is pending approval. You can RSVP to be notified when he goes up for pre-order. You can go to side.show/new, submit to be notified either by email, text, or SMS. This was another surprise reveal that we had here for the show. Kind of a surprise entry earlier in the week, so we were really glad to get to show that. We are getting some questions about what's on the back of the figure, but it is impossible for us.
Yeah, there's no room.
There is no physically possible way for us to get back there without possibly causing some collateral
We'll
damage.
just move some of these podiums. It should be fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll call them to get. So
Yeah.
sorry about that.
Yes.
We cannot determine that currently, and this was the first time we saw him this week. We have only seen him on the podium, so I have
Yes.
not seen him all around. So
Right.
we can't. I don't have that information for you guys.
We'll take a quick general pass over
Yeah.
this. I feel like we've definitely covered him in detail multiple times. So if any of the moderators want to grab a link to one of the one of the videos where we covered him in depth, that would be great.
Them as in the X-Men?
Sorry, them.
Okay,
yes.
yeah.
Sorry.
I was like, what? So what you guys are seeing is an epic diorama that is composed of a number of Iron Studios 10th scale statues, including their 3 deluxe Sentinel pieces, as well as a number of singular X-Men 10th scale statues. I believe we determined there are... Yeah, we determined that there are 12 individual X-Men and then 3 massive Sentinels, but the Sentinels together all have 13 X-Men, so there's about 25 X-Men on this podium.
Yes.
That is the best mutant math that I can do. A couple of them are already sold out. Some of them are coming soon to our website, but the Sentinels are already up for pre-order, as are characters like Jean Grey, Emma Frost. I believe we've got... Cable just went up as a convention exclusive. Xavier and Mystique are sold out. But what you are getting with these deluxe Sentinel dioramas is an epic display of X-Men villains and heroes teaming together to take down the mutant killing machines. There are Sentinels numbers 1, 2, and 3, each with their own distinct part of the Xavier's Mansion battle going on. All of the X-Men have complementary proximity bases that you guys can see, but they do not physically slot together. So that means that you're not lacking anything if you choose 1 or 2 of your favorite characters. Newly announced at this show was the Blob 10th scale, which I think was a surprise big hit. Really fun, a lot of energy, and you can tell the interplay between these statues. I mean, Cable and the newly revealed Deadpool both have elements of interplay on their base between a couple of canisters of gas that Deadpool has thrown onto their base. Of course, they're BFFs, whether Cable says so or not. We've got Omega Red as well. I believe Bishop is up for pre-order. So we could do an entire hour-long stream on this.
Easily.
But we can't, unfortunately, if you guys want to see other pieces here on display. But I highly encourage you to check those out on our website.
All right, let's go look at the Guru.
All right. Blessing us with his presence from Unruly Industries, this is the Guru del Toro Maestro of Monsters designer collectible toy by artist Sjogren. This is, of course, a loving tribute to Guillermo del Toro, who is the nightmarish mastermind behind so many iconic characters, creatures, kaiju, robots. Just a lot of beautiful work, and of course this is in the style of a golden Buddha. This is just a reference to how many incredible worlds he has shepherded us to as part of our darkest dreams and most intimate nightmares. You guys can see a number of references and just general approximations of the creatures that he has had a hand or 6 hands in creating throughout film history. This is available, I believe it is in stock on our website through Unruly Industries, so if you do want to have the Guru here to inspire you, you can order that. Mods will be dropping the link. I adore this piece because it is simple yet elegant and perfectly celebrates a pop culture legend in filmmaking.
You know what we have not looked at in a while is some of these 10th scales.
All right. So these are also Iron Studios 10th scales. I know a lot of people wanted to see the really creepy Iron Man.
Yes.
Who is the Mysterio illusion Iron Man. But we will kind of show you guys. What you're seeing on this podium are both their 10th scale statues and a number of their Minico figures, which is their own stylized version of the characters. We have Avengers Endgame and Age of Ultron representing. You guys can see some 10th scales in the back as well with the Hulk and the Hulkbuster from Age of Ultron. Up here we do have the Iron Man from Spider-Man Far From Home. This is the Mysterio's Illusion drone. So you guys actually can see a lot of fun elements of the way in which Mysterio's illusions interplay with the real world. So up front in the focus is an absolutely terrifying Tony Stark kind of zombie Iron Man suit, guilting Peter Parker into saying that maybe if he had done something a little more, he could have saved Tony. But of course, that's not how the story goes, and Mysterio is messing with Spider-Man's mind using his beloved mentor. You guys can see really great detail, and I love there's a kind of a subtle metallicness to it, and I don't know if it's picking up on the camera, but the pixelization of the figure, because of course this is not the real Iron Man, this is an illusion, and you can see that the drone that is battle damaged, projecting it behind, the illusion is somewhat fading, and so you can see those places where the Tony Stark illusion is pixelating. I just think the storytelling in this piece is really incredible, with that fact of why does Tony have blue markings all over him? It's because that is the pixelization of the illusion fading away.
All right, we got a request for Shard.
Alrighty.
Okay, we'll head over there.
If you're just joining us at any point in this show, welcome back to the final all request live stream, live from the floor of Sideshow Con. It's day 7. We are doing our best to show you everything that we can, but we have also covered things all day long. So if there's anything that we end up missing, you guys can go back to our 8 a.m. and 12 Pacific shows. We still have a little bit of time left until we have to get going for our wrap-up stream.
Yes.
But in the meantime, we did get a request. It was a very open-ended request for Shard from Court of the Dead. We have 2 here, so I will do a little bit of both.
Okay.
So Shard is the enigmatic mortal hero of the Court of the Dead. She's very mysterious at this point in the story, but all we know is that in the time of this statue, she is the only mortal in the Underworld. She is Shard, the mortal Trespasser. This was the first version of the character that received a statue. And you guys can see she does have a battle-hardened look to her. She's got a deep scar on her face. Very, very stoic character. And she does have a very intricate armor that was sculpted for her, both by artists, but created literally in the Underworld for her by the faction leaders of the Court of the Dead. If you're unfamiliar with Court of the Dead, it is a Sideshow original property, intense and immense lore. If you're a fan of heavy metal, Dungeons and Dragons, horror fantasy, you're going to want to check that out. I'm sure our mods can drop a link, and I did explain it earlier today in the show, or maybe it was yesterday. The days are blending together. When we covered Death, Master of the Underworld.
Yes.
You guys can see Shard is descending into Ilverness, which is the capital city of the Underworld. And you can tell, especially blue on Court of the Dead pieces means the magic of the soul. Etheria is that soul energy that all mortals have. And so as Shard descends the staircase, you can see that more and more of the base, which I do love how the stairs are kind of buoyed by by skulls there. More and more of the base becomes blue, reflecting that Etheria energy. She does have a mixed media costume, primarily in the fabric of her cape. And you guys can see that there's wire for posing, but there's a really nice inner fabric and an outer fabric. So the outer fabric has a kind of rougher texture to it, and it has a more neutral color. Of course, you do see some battle wear and tear on it, but on the inside there is a very sleek, almost underworldly type paisley, and there are actually skulls in the design that alternate silver and gold colors.
I didn't notice that before. It's pretty cool.
She's a really cool character, and Mortal Trespasser is in stock, and Shard Faithbearer's Fury just came into stock on our website too. There is an assembly video that you guys can check out if you want to see how to put this statue together. This is a younger version of Shard who is in the mortal realm. In the Court of the Dead, the mortal realm is a bit more war-torn than we understand it to be ourselves, especially because of the fact that the Celestials, the existence of the afterlife and the belief that heaven is a good place and hell is a bad place has fueled so many wars, but it's not exactly true. And Shard here is on the precipice of perhaps understanding that the holy wars and crusades that they fight are not for a beneficial cause. She is part of the Order of the Knights of the Black Sword, as you can see reflected in the embroidery on her fabric costume. She does have a lot of a mixed media costume. The cloak and kind of fabric tabards over her sculpted faux chainmail elements. She also does have some strings and twine and rope kind of knotted at her waistline. She is in the midst of a brutal battle. You can see that there is a sword and some religious artifacts smashed on the battleground base, as well as some blood elements. And you guys are seeing her in the configuration with her buckler shield that has been peppered with some arrows, but there is an alternate hand wielding an axe. That Knights of the Black Sword Order symbol is on the outside of her cloak as well. There we go. And Faithbearer in particular is the name of her sword. which is imbued with a heavenly host. And in the mortal trespasser statue, you can see this faith bearer sword is the same faith bearer that she has in the mortal trespasser guise, but she also does have a secondary sword in mortal trespasser called Seraph's Woe, and that is the kind of celestial angel's sword's demonic twin.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, both of those shards in stock on our website. I really love the storytelling with like the earlier and more concurrent with the storyline versions of the character. And if you're interested, you can check out some web comics on Court of the Dead's website for free to kind of get a little bit more of an introduction, especially to when Shard has her armor forged for her.
I just saw some requests pop up for Superman and Aquaman.
All right. Couple of DC Comics figures from Hot Toys. Let's start with Superman. This is the Superman Justice League 6-scale figure. I believe he just came into stock on our website, so you guys can order him and have him shipped to your collection, hopefully faster than a speeding bullet. He is on a dynamic flight stand, and I will let Autumn get some nice shots there of the likeness. Expertly sculpted likeness. I love the fierce determination, of course, of Henry Cavill as Superman. He does have a sculpted hairline that you can see as well.
Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah, I'll get you focused. There you go.
Very heroic piece. He does have a fabric costume, and I really like, and it's these little details in the costume, the kind of pleated shoulders of the cape. You guys can see that they are sewn into that pleat, and then the fabric does hang down behind him, and that really helps capture some of the motion of the cape as it hangs down. Helps get a nice shape to it. You get those nice kind of ruffle lines that all good capes should have, as that kind of wavy texture. He is on a Justice League character figure base that does match the other Justice League characters that have been previously released. You guys can also see that his suit has some metallic elements to it as well, as a raised chainmail pattern. The Superman logo on his chest is metallic. It is picking up the lights a lot here, but you have to believe me when I say it does have a very metallic red coloration to it. He does come with swap out hands as well. You guys can check that out on our website and get some posing ideas from their gallery. But this is a very essentially superheroic Superman from the Justice League film. Next to him, we have Aquaman from his own self-titled feature, Aquaman. This has been created by Hot Toys to be incredibly accurate to all of the very intricate detail that brings the classic Aquaman costume into a new and modern interpretation. You guys can see that he has the meticulously sculpted likeness of Jason Momoa. I do love those kind of shining golden eyes as well. Very detailed. And you can see that intense hair sculpt that he has going on there as well. He does have a mixed media costume with fabric elements as well as hard sculpted parts. You guys can see the detailed recreation of all of those orange golden scales throughout the armor, as well as his sculpted green gauntlets. You guys can also see he does have a very detailed Atlantean trident. It's a little hard to get the camera to focus.
Yeah.
But there is even you guys can see the kind of Atlantean script on the handle of the trident. Incredibly detailed in that way. You guys can see the hexagonal fabric patterns going throughout his pants as well, that have a kind of metallic green coloration to them. And then he does have hard sculpted boots with some fabric elements as well. And this really interesting, I don't know quite how to describe it, but that additional scaled part.
Like iridescent.
Yeah, very iridescent, hard sculpted scales on his unique boots. He does come with this wave splash base figure stand that does have a dynamic character support. So you can get some underwater poses, you can get some leaping poses as well, and get a lot of action into this piece. This is also in stock on our website if you'd like to add him to your collection right away.
He's got more of that on the back of the boots.
He does. Yeah. Look at that. It's amazing how many times we can talk about these
I know,
characters through the week
finding new things.
and then keep finding new things when we turn around to the backside. You guys can see that hair sculpt throughout as well. I do like how the hair sculpt kind of gets more shining as it goes down the figure as well. So that is Aquaman. What was up next? I think
Pumpkin Witch I saw.
Pumpkin Witch. All right. On the way over there, I will tell you guys, we had a bunch of really cool announcements. Sideshow has partnered with artist and illustrator and animation director, writer Chris Sanders. We are doing an artist series statue with him. This is the Pumpkin Witch. You guys might even recognize Sanders' style. He's done storyboards and work on Lilo and Stitch, How to Train Your Dragon, and The Croods. And so this is one of his own original pinup characters, a very popular pinup character of his. This is the Pumpkin Witch. This is an entirely sculpted piece of based on his original design with some added elements to give a full kind of statue environment to the character. She is on a like an autumnal leaves style base.
Hey, that's me.
That's your adjective. You can see the nice kind of like fall grass. There is a tombstone on her base, and the character's name on the tombstone is Mary Halbert. If you guys look up chrissandersart.com, you can see that Mary Halbert, her tombstone says a pirate captain who was lost at sea when mermaids, and you know it's the final show, and I still haven't had a chance to figure out what the rest of the...
It's going to haunt you the rest of your life.
I know what the rest of the tombstone says, but Mary Halbert is another pinup design by Chris Sanders, and appropriately, she is a pirate captain. She's got a skull and crossbones cat flag, and you guys can check out that pinup on her website, but that was a really fun way that our artist could reference another character of his. But all focus, of course, is on the Pumpkin Witch. She's got a lot of fun, energetic, bubbly bounciness to her. You guys can also see the beautiful colors that are... I still feel like they're very appropriately Halloween, but it's not the traditional
It's like vintage
fall.
Halloween.
Yes.
Yeah.
And speaking of vintage Halloween, the design on her tights is incredible. You guys can see those classic cats and bats and pumpkins. And then speaking of cats and pumpkins, there is a mischievous little kitty cat on the base, on the tombstone, reaching up for the harvest mouse who is hiding inside of the pumpkin that she's holding. And I do really like that cat. Chris Sanders has an online comic that is his own original creation called Kiskaloo, and that is also about a cat, and so you guys can kind of see that cartoonish style that he incorporates into his work. So we are very excited to have that as a new reveal for this show. You can RSVP for her at side.show/new.
Or Aragorn, I believe
Aragorn.
I saw.
Aragorn is now newly available for pre-order on our website, so I did have a chance to check out some of the product specs on him. This is Aragorn from Helm's Deep, a 6-scale figure by Asmus. This is Aragorn, of course, as he appeared in the Two Towers film. There is an exclusive edition to him that is limited to an edition size of only 500 pieces. I believe this is not the exclusive, because the exclusive is a portrait that has a frontward gaze, as they explained it, but this is his. It's a frontward gaze without the injury on his cheek. So what you are seeing is the collector's edition. He does have a bit of a side-focused gaze as he, this is really great for like intense action poses, but he does also have that cut on his cheek. Highly detailed actor likeness. You guys can see that he has a sculpted hair sculpt.
Yep.
That's, yeah, there we go, words. And he does have a mixed media costume as well. He comes with a number of swap out hands as well that you can see on our website as it is newly available for pre-order. He's got faux leather elements, especially in those vam braces, those gauntlets on his arm. Really nice detail that look like it has been punched and worked leather. There are silver accents throughout, as well as the faux chainmail aspects to his costume. And then he does have sculpted boots that you guys can see that are appropriately dirtied from traversing. This figure does come with this nice kind of stone keep base that you guys can see with a bit of a stairway, so you guys can get some fun poses in on this section. He does have his sword drawn in this presentation that we are seeing currently.
A little bit closer for you guys.
Alrighty. You guys can see
Nice.
the lace-up detail on the back of his kind of faux leather tunic.
There's a little dagger back there.
He does.
Nice.
And his sword is quite shiny. And he does even have the Even Star necklace on the front of his tunic. You guys can see it's very small in 6-scale figure.
I'll get it.
But you can, yeah, there you guys can see that. So this is the collector's edition of Aragorn Helm's Deep 6-scale figure that you are seeing. That is available for pre-order on our website currently, so you can check that out right away and get all the details about the pieces and accessories that he comes with. While we're here, let's
Yeah,
talk about Elrond.
let's do that.
While we wait for a couple more requests to come through. This is the Elrond 6-scale figure, also by Asmus. He is actually low in stock on our website, so if you want to order him, you should get on that very soon. He too has the kind of faux elven chain going on, and I do like that there is quite a distinction between Elrond's chain mail and then Aragorn's as well, kind of in the thickness of the faux chain.
Here, I can show you that. Whoa. Maybe I can't. There we go.
He also does have highly detailed sculpted armor with a lot of intricate kind of etchings and symbols on it. He does have a fabric cape as well over his shoulder. Lots of little embroidery aspects and little like clasps and pieces that hold on the armor. But very interestingly enough, as you guys can probably see right here, the figure does have a mixed hair sculpt application, and I've actually never seen this on a figure before until this week. The top of his hairline is sculpted, but the base is rooted synthetic hair, so you can adjust that and pose that over the figure, so you maintain that length and the kind of elven grace of his hair sculpt, but it keeps a nice hairline up top. So that is in stock on our website. You guys can check that out right away. Okay. So we're getting some requests.
Whiplash, Black Widow, Taskmaster. Okay. Let's start with Whiplash and then go over there. Oh, I can get a good...
we're going to start from the back side of
Whiplash.
Whiplash.
I haven't been able to see much of the back of him before, so...
Yeah, so you guys are seeing the kind of intense arc reactor and electric whip rig on the back of this figure. He does have a light-up LED arc reactor that is both for the front and the back of the piece, so he does feature some light-up elements. You guys can also see here some additional kind of the tattoos on the body. Hot Toys has done an incredible job recreating the tattoos all the way down to the knuckles of the fingers. Mm-hmm. So there are tattoos all over this body sculpt. Very, very detailed. This is the Whiplash 6-scale figure. He was released, is available for pre-order right now, but he was released as a summer convention exclusive. This is the second version of Whiplash that they have done, or the second release of Whiplash. He has a newly painted head sculpt in the incredible likeness of Mickey Rourke, of course. Again, that really insane and intricate harness that you guys see from the movie. You can see all of the aspects of that as he holds his electrified whips that give him his name. He does also have a fabric costume. You guys can see even the small 6th scale zipper detail on this kind of destroyed pair of work coveralls. And then he does have those exposed, like the knees have been almost torn off of his suit, which I think is really a really nice detail. He is also standing on a character base that has the Monaco Speedway, and it does have his character name Whiplash, but I don't see Iron Man 2 written on it, which is interesting because they usually feature the name of the film. But this is perfect for recreating scenes with the Iron Man Mark V, if you have that in your collection. Of course, that is the silver and red suitcase suit, as fans refer to it. So if you missed out on the first release of Whiplash, which was about 10 years ago from Hot Toys, which is incredible to think about, you can add this to your collection.
I think we're going to wrap up with Black Widow and Taskmaster.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
So these two premiered brand new yesterday. These were announced earlier in the week for the Hot Toys Summer Showcase, but they did make their Sideshow Con debut here. This is your very first look at the prototypes for the Taskmaster and Black Widow 6-scale figure from the upcoming Marvel Studios film, Black Widow. Which one should we start with?
Let's start with Black Widow.
All right. This is a really, really great piece. I'm so stoked that we get to show her to you in person. Black Widow has a newly developed head sculpt with detailed hair and, of course, the stunning likeness of actress Scarlett Johansson from the upcoming film.
Oh, there's a question. What was your favorite piece?
Oh, man. Here, you know what? I'm going to think about that in the back of my brain while I finish explaining Widow, and we'll answer that before Taskmaster. I love the colors on this hair sculpt. I hope it's picking up well on the camera because this piece is really lovely. Just kind of that classic Black Widow coloration. This, of course, is actually the first 6-scale figure of Black Widow in a costume color that is other than her standard black. You guys can see the way the hair sculpt is parted over the batons in her backpack as well. She will come with a number of accessories, that it will be from the film, of course, and you guys can see she is currently holding 2 segmented batons, as well as she does have some firearms at her sides, her signature pistols. The costume is packed with a lot of texture details and that kind of piping and paneling that separates each section of her suit. She does have her hourglass symbol on her belt, and then, as per the character base, she has the movie's logo. She does have her hourglass symbol as well as the white background to match the snowsuit, as this is called. This is the Black Widow snowsuit 6-scale figure. And then, of course, she has her character name on the front. Really cool piece. There's a lot of nice little red accents I especially love in the shoulder armor that you guys can see. And so she does have some of those sculpted, harder aspects to them. Okay, favorite piece from Sideshow Con. That is really hard to say because my default wants to go to Ellie Anastas, but she premiered at San Diego, so I don't think she counts. Oh, man.
My favorite piece to look at has been Silver Surfer.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's...
that Nova that goes with him is really cool.
And Call to Action is just so... I've been in love with it since I originally saw it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Rancor... The child.
I think from Sideshow, I'm actually gonna say Pumpkin Witch. Very surprised, and I think that's because I'm also longing for Halloween.
And the Bounty Hunter. Oh gosh, I can't pick.
I also want to say the Shag print from Guardians of the Galaxy, because seeing that full color in person was amazing.
For me, the Baroque Batman.
Oh, the Necro 13. And I do have a soft spot. I could walk around that flippin' X-Men podium from Iron Studios all day.
I think we probably covered that, I want to say 10 times.
Yeah.
And there's still more to see.
All day, every day. But there were so many amazing, like the Unruly Waylandology dinosaurs.
Yes.
Love that Obi-Wan Kenobi Mythos piece. But I think in terms of overall brand new announcement, I gotta stick with Pumpkin Witch.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah. And Silver Surfer is really pretty to look at.
I know.
That's a hard question.
Yes, we can chat more about it tonight.
Yes.
Yes.
It's especially hard because we've had 7 wonderful days in here, and there have been so many cool pieces swapping in and out. But we've really gotten to kind of intricately experience a lot of these pieces in a way that I so wish that we were in a different position, that you guys could also see them in person. But I do like the added advantage of not having plexiglass.
That is so great. Yes. Anyways, fighting the glare.
We will finish up on the Taskmaster 6-scale figure. Again, we're so grateful that Hot Toys was able to send these to us as a part of their summer showcase so that we could show you guys some new pieces in person. This is the first ever Marvel Cinematic Universe Taskmaster 6-scale figure, and it is arguably the closest look that you guys can have at the costume outside of snippets of trailer and a couple of movie stills. So if there are cosplayers out there, get your engines started, because this is incredible. Hot Toys has done an amazing job recreating the intricate armor of the character, as well as the very detailed, actually, fabric aspects with the you can see the hood has the orange lining, but there are at least 3 different colors of fabric and different mesh textures going on Taskmaster here. You can see Taskmaster's kind of classic blue and orange, and they've swapped kind of the white for the silver, but that classic coloration scheme in this new modern interpretation. Hot Toys has done an amazing job recreating all of that detail. On this armor, you can see the orange accents running throughout. There is a fabric undersuit for the beneath the sculpted armor parts as well. And I have no idea how to explain it, but whatever is going on these boots.
Like that armored tops.
Yeah, that kind of like armadillo texture.
Yes.
I love that.
I do too.
And then you guys can see, of course, Taskmaster has the Black Widow movie logo on the base with the Taskmaster T, the kind of symbol on his shield, and then the nameplate as well. So this is a very unique interpretation of the character, of course, as designed by the artists of Marvel Studios, but recreated here in 6-scale by Hot Toys. Taskmaster will come with a number of accessories from the film. You guys can see, of course, his signature T shield, or I guess it's a circular shield, but with the T logo, as well as a type of sword or blade that is going on here with the orange stripe. And I do appreciate Taskmaster's commitment to detail and theme throughout. You can see, of course, he does have his color scheme throughout, and I actually just noticed, and I do hope this is intentional, the way the knee guards are with the orange accent both have T's in them.
You're right.
tees on the knees, which I think is really cool.
They're officially called knee tees.
Knee tees.
Yeah.
And then you guys can see also the way that the artists have referenced that classic skull face, especially if you saw the Sideshow Premium format this week. You saw the skull visage of Taskmaster, and this is a more tactical armored version. There's a reflective eye visor, but I really love that those kind of cut cheekbones and the teeth that are sculpted into this mask to give our cinematic Taskmaster a skull homage to the original appearance. So neither of these are available for pre-order just yet, but you can RSVP to be notified when they go out for pre-order by going to side.show/new. Again, you can RSVP, set it and forget it. I highly recommend, because we have no idea when some of these pieces are coming out, but if you want to make sure that you've done so, right after this, go RSVP, get notified either SMS, email, or text message. We will let you know as soon as we have pricing, gallery, photos, product page, the whole shebang. So I think that about does it.
That does it.
I promise you that in some way or another, we have covered every piece in this podium on multiple streams. If there was something that we didn't get to today, I am so sorry.
Yeah.
We have done this, though. We've done this for 7 days this week.
Yep.
There's been at least about almost 3 hours of coverage every day for all the different swap outs. So
everything's been covered somewhere for you. So you may have to hunt around a little, but it's all there.
And this week, all week, I anticipate we're going to be kind of wrapping things up.
Yeah.
I know that there's going to be, I've got some stuff for the blog that will be kind of more of a wrap up, catch up. Everything should be hosted under side.show/con. So that is your one-stop shop for these booth tours, these pictures. There's still convention discounts that are going into next week. If you go to side.show/con discounts, you can check that out. And maybe pick yourself up a little something nice as a treat, as a thank you for being here. We hope
you guys, there's so much love coming out.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
Oh, good. I don't want to leave, but
I know.
also, like, if this were a Comic-Con, we'd be hearing the bells chime and the con floor closes in 5 minutes. But it has been such a privilege to not only get to show you guys as much as we could, but to have all of our distribution partners participate and send in what they could to have us display it for you guys. We hope that it gave you some sort of sense of the recreation of Comic-Con, whether or not you would have been attending this year or you would have been visiting our online Comic-Con as normal. We hope that this experience has been fun, been entertaining. You've seen something new, maybe discovered a new fandom or added something to your collection. Thank you guys so much for spending all this time with us.
It's been amazing to be with you guys for this.
Wow, the show floor may be closing. We do have a wrap up in the Let Your Geek Side Show Facebook group at 6 p.m. And that will just be, that feels like your SHIELD mission debriefing.
It is,
So you guys can make sure that you didn't miss a minute of the action. Oh my goodness.
We can all process our emotions there together.
Yes. We'll be in a glass Zoom box of emotions.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Again, check out side.show/con to make sure that you didn't miss any of the action. And, hey, you know what? We should do this again sometime.
We really should. Maybe, I'm thinking October.
Thinking October? Okay.
Yeah.
I think my schedule's open.
Maybe like the 6th?
The 6th? Okay.
So maybe like the 11th.
I'll have to check my calendar, but if you guys go to side.show/nycon, maybe we'll do this again sometime. So you guys can put that down, get excited, because it is a little bittersweet to be closing up for the day, but it's just a see you later. It's a see you soon. It's not a goodbye. So you guys can check that out. I feel weird not directing everybody to the short links, but I've kept you guys enough. We've shown you as much as we could. You've been an amazing audience. Thank you for participating. Thank you for attending the first ever Sideshow Con, because if you were here, if you watched a video, if you liked something, if you pressed a product page,
you were here with us.
You have attended Sideshow Con, and you can be proud of that. So without further ado, I think we got to go get ready for that wrap-up stream.
Yes, we do.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. And as always, don't forget to let your geek side show.